Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Thursday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Hope everyone's doing well. First off, before I get into the video, I want to thank everyone who has entered my contest so far. I've got a ton of entries. I don't know how many yet. I plan on, I think, Sunday going through the list of who has entered so far. And if I miss anyone, definitely let me know. And I'll definitely add you to the list. You still have a couple of weeks left to enter. But thank you so much for everyone that's entered so far. Also, thank you so much to everyone that has subbed to my channel. It's amazing. I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of support I'm getting on this channel, and the wonderful comments that I'm getting. Man, some of them are just they're novels, and I love it. I just love it, and I try to respond and to every comment that I get. And I'm just so pleased and so thankful for everyone. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, before we get into everything, though, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collection. It's because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful, wonderful comments that keep me going, keep me motivated to do this kind of thing, and I greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you so much. So, I want to start a new series, and I kind of already started it a couple of videos ago when I looked at Marillion, becoming one of my favorite bands. Just fantastic. I've got to get more Fish Era, and I looked at Dream Theater, another wonderful, wonderful band that I want to add more discography to. This time, I'm going to look at Opeth, another amazing progressive metal band. But before the gist of the series is going to be looking at bands like this that we don't talk a lot about in the BC. I'm discovering all kinds of bands when I watch videos from the BC, and that's my intention, is to have you guys discover some different bands that you may not be aware of that I have in my collection. Yes, I'm going to show some Canadian bands that I think you should be listening to, and hopefully turn you guys on to some great music. So again, it's going to be great bands you need to listen to. I thought of doing albums, but that's already done because I get posts every time on Twitter about that. But this is going to be great bands that you need to listen to. I've already got a list of 6 bands already on the go, so that's going to be maybe my next 6 videos, who knows. But that's the theories I'm going to come up with, again, just to introduce all these great bands, because we talk about, you know, the Dylans and the Grateful Deads and the Tom Pettys and the Beatles, and which, again, all amazing artists, but there's so many other bands to talk about, and that's my intention, is just to introduce you guys. And I've got a fairly standard collection, but I also have some cool stuff that you may not be aware of. So that's the intention of this new direction of my channel. And I've rambled on too far. So let's get into Opeth. Wonderful, wonderful band. I've only got 5 of their studio albums out of their 13. So I'm missing 8, which I have to get. But another great progressive metal band from Stockholm, Sweden, originally formed by vocalist David Eisenberg. A little harder than Marillion, a little harder than Dream Theater in some aspects, but at the same time they're so melodic, and the drumming is just spectacular, and the guitar work is amazing. They've had a ton of lineup changes in their history. Eisenberg left in 1992. There's no real original member left in the band, but they go all over the map. They have progressive metal, they go to progressive folk, blues, some jazz elements in their music. some death metal, some death growl in their music, in their earlier stuff, not so much in their later releases, which I'm not a big fan of the death growl, but I tolerate it because of the music, because the music is just spectacular. 13 studio albums, as I said, 4 live DVDs, and 2 box sets. So a ton more that I need to get from these guys. So I do have, again, 5 of their albums. This is 2001's Blackwater Park. There's 8 tracks on this one. Got it for $6.99. I hate when they put the price tag over the barcode, because if I'm listing it on Discogs, I can't just scan the barcode. I gotta type the whole thing in. But anyway, not a big deal, but still, at the same time, get with it. Same with the albums. I hate when they put stickers on albums, and it's just crazy. There's the band there, the earlier photo of the band. 4 guys creating amazing music. So, Blackwater Park, 5th studio album, produced by none other than Steven Wilson from Porcupine Tree. He's produced so many great albums, and from so many great bands. I'm thinking Procol Harum and Aqualung by Jethro Tull, and Pink Floyd, like so many great stuff, plus all the fantastic work that he does as a solo artist, plus Porcupine Tree and a couple other bands. He's just a remarkable artist. I think he's on the list of bands that I'm going to be talking about. It's no slouch of an album. It ranked number 55 of the best 100 metal albums of all time with Rolling Stones magazine, and fantastic stuff. So you've got the opening, the Leper Affinity. It's in your face opening for sure. It's got that death growl in the beginning, which I'm not a huge fan of. Luckily, it's not all the way through the album, but the music makes it listenable. Great guitar work in this one as well. Then you got the song Bleak. I love the elements to this song. It's not a terrible song. It's just it makes you feel bleak. It makes you feel wasted almost, because the vocals go from a growl to a beautiful smooth vocal style. The heavy riffs that fill your head. It's just a remarkable song. It's amazing. A Harvest, so melodic in its opening. Easy listening. It takes you away again. The title track, Blackwater Park, one of the heaviest tracks on there. The drum fills. The drummer on this one is just amazing. And the kicks, fast kicks. So good. Dark and mysterious. The whole album's dark and mysterious. It's such a great album. And it's wonderful. Then we go from that to 2005, sorry, Ghost Reveries. Love the back cover of that one again. Again, $6.99 for that one. The imagery in the booklet is just remarkable as well. You've got, I should tell you the players. You've got Martin Mendez on bass guitar, Peter Lindgren on guitars, Per Weiberg on mellotrons, organs, grand electric pianos, Martin Lopez on drums and percussion, and Michael Ackerfeld, all vocals, guitars, and additional mellotron. I probably butchered those names, but just the imagery in the booklet is just remarkable. There's the band there. But a great album. Pardon me. The 8th album by the band. Partially a concept album, and the darkness of the album contributes to the concept of it, which is about a man's turmoil after killing his mother. I don't know where the writer came up with this image and what he was going through at the time, but man, that's a terrible subject. but it happens, unfortunately. Um, but the critics love this album. They ranked it as one of the best metal albums of 2005. Ghost Reveries. It's I love the song Bang of the Hound. Sorry, love the rhythm of it. The vocals, it builds and eases and then builds and eases. It just another great track is Beneath the Mire. Again, that dark image of the mire. The Grand Conjuration has so many time changes in that one. I love the drumming. And at one point you can hear the conjuring happening, as you can hear this in the background, this growling chant that's happening. So you can image or imagine a circle of witches or people conjuring up all this stuff as the growling conjuring happens. It's just a cool track. Finally, it ends with this beautiful, and because so the Great Conjuration is the second last track, and then you get a break as it ends with the beautiful Isolation Years. It's a nice break from the heavier Grand Conjuration. It's one of the shorter tracks on the album as well, at 3 minutes and 47 seconds. These guys, they just all of a sudden they get out and jam through a lot of their stuff, but it's so melodic. That last song, sorry, it's just a remarkable album. It's really good, really good. Ghost Reveries. Then you go from Ghost Reveries to 2009's Watershed. Watershed is the ninth album by the band, 2008 release. Again, these dark images in the booklet. They really created a cool imagery in all these albums. Highlights on this album: Hair Apparent, H-E-I-R, dramatic and heavy. So many time changes in that one as well. Derelict Herds, the vocals on this album go from death growl to beautiful dynamics again in Hair Apparent. Derelict Herds, sorry. You've got another fantastic track, and then you've got Bridges of Sighs. It's a heavy blues track. They can go all over the place with this one, and it's just amazing stuff. Then you go from that to Pale Communion, 2014 release. So Pale Communion, the 11th studio album by Opeth. Again, mixed by Steven Wilson. He didn't produce it, but he mixed it. Gone Are the Growls, which is good. No pictures in this one, but I love the font that they chose for the lyrics on this one. Hit number 19 on the 200 charts, so no slouch of an album for sure. And it's kind of a combination. Some of the tracks are kind of a combination of Deep Purple's In Rock mixed with King Crimson. I know that's a weird description, but that's how this album sounds. It just really highlights the talent of the band. So Eternal Rain, one of the tracks on here, again highlights the talent. There's just so many great things happening in that track. The Jazzy Goblin, The Goblin track is, there's so many, I just love the jams on that track. It's just so good. Then you got the wild guitar work on River, one of my favorites from Opeth for sure. Yeah, it's just a remarkable album. Really, really good. Again, these guys can go from, again, the death growl to blues to jazz fusion to just classic hard rock, and everything in between. And the vocals can go so melodic to, again, the death growl to just a cool classic rock sound. It's so good. And then one of my favorites, along with Pale Communion, is the Sorceress 2016 release. This is a double album, which you've got some bonus tracks on here, and again, the imagery, it's kind of a old kingdom type of imagery they've created in here in their photos anyway. So Sorceress, the title track is fantastic. You got Willow with a Wisp, the Wildflowers, WILDE. So again, an old era, old English era type of track. And then Per Seraphine opens with fantastic guitar work on that one. The Sorceress track itself, very jazz fusion filled track. And the Wildflowers is more of a hard rocker. So again, so there's that, they go all over the place. A Fleeting Glance start with an old English sounding guitar, then opens into this great hard rock track, but not too heavy. It's just a brilliant mixture. It's just the whole album is melodic, very easy accessible as well if you're just getting into Opeth. But definitely Opeth is a band you need to listen to. Definitely a band you need to listen to. So again, I put a Spotify playlist below. I chose 10 or 11 tracks from the combination of these albums. Ones that I feel would be accessible and easily listening to get familiarized with this band. So enjoy that. If you don't have Spotify, definitely check them out on YouTube. Fantastic, fantastic band. So look for more great bands from this series. I think it's going to be a great one. It gives me a chance to go back and review and rediscover all these great bands that I have in my collection. So thanks, guys. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.